India and the US have recently reached an important milestone by signing a 10-year defense framework agreement. The purpose of this agreement is to elevate the partnership between the two nations in the fields of defense, defense production, technological cooperation, and strategic collaboration. It was officially announced by Rajnath Singh, India's defense minister, and Pete Hegseth, US Secretary of War, during a meeting in Kuala Lumpur. This agreement, known as the Framework for the US-India Major Defense Partnership, serves as a roadmap for the next 10 years of defense and security cooperation between the two countries. It is not merely a document but a strategic guideline that encompasses collaboration across all domains: land, air, sea, space, and cybersecurity. India has described it as the beginning of a new era in which defense relations will become the principal pillar of strategic partnership. Strategic intent. This agreement is significant in both time and context. In today's shifting geopolitical landscape, particularly in the Indo-Pacific region, it reflects the intent to elevate the India-US defense partnership amidst China's growing influence, Sino-Indian border tensions, maritime disputes in the South China Sea, and global power competition. The US views India as a crucial partner in strengthening its free and open Indo-Pacific vision. In this direction, India has also begun reducing its historical dependence on Russian defense supplies, making this pact a clear indicator of strategic alignment between the two nations. Economic and industrial dimensions. The agreement holds specific significance for the defense industry and production. For India, it presents an opportunity to advance Make in India in defense manufacturing, ensure foreign technology transfer, and involve private enterprises and startups in the defense industrial ecosystem. From the US perspective, it opens the vast Indian defense market for deeper engagement and co-production possibilities. Analysts have observed that such defense partnership agreements have already influenced India's defense market by attracting investments in defense companies. It is expected to accelerate supply chains, export potential, and deal execution. Technological and cooperation outlook. Under this framework, cooperation will include information sharing, stationary logistics, joint military exercises, and co-production of weapon systems. The US noted that its defense equipment is already integrated into Indian forces such as C-130J, CH-47F, and AH-64E platforms. The next focus must be on enhancing interoperability across air, sea, and land forces. Technology transfer remains a complex issue as the US maintains strict arms export and technology control regulations. Hence, India must ensure that technological cooperation under this agreement is substantive rather than merely declaratory. Challenges and risk analysis. Although strategically appealing, the agreement faces several challenges. First, India and the US are not formal adversaries but have different strategic traditions. India seeks to preserve strategic autonomy and is cautious about entering any binding military alliance. Experts note that India is unlikely to join a formal defense pact like those the US maintains elsewhere. Second, there are issues concerning supply chains and technology transfer. India has expressed concerns over delays in deliveries of American systems such as GE F404 or F414 jet engines. If reliability issues persist, the impact of the agreement could be limited. Third, this partnership could be perceived as a counter-China alignment, potentially aggravating India-China relations. India must therefore ensure that the agreement enhances cooperation without compromising its foreign policy independence. The way forward, if implemented effectively with real progress in technology cooperation, co-production, military exercises, and logistics sharing, this agreement could significantly strengthen India's defense capability, production capacity, and strategic autonomy. It could transform India into a key hub of global defense industry, transitioning from a buyer to a co-producer and strategic partner, Simultaneously, it offers the US an opportunity to expand its strategic footprint in the Asia-Pacific through India. In conclusion, the 10-year India-US Defense Framework Agreement is not merely a military document, but a reflection of both nations' shared security, strategic vision, and industrial strategy. It can propel India towards self-reliance while positioning it as a major actor in the global security architecture. However, the real outcomes will depend on how seriously and swiftly both sides pursue implementation beyond rhetoric. Success in this direction will be crucial for India's long-term strategic posture, Indo-Pacific balance, and defense industrial empowerment. Viewers, let's end the discussion here and note today's question. Analyze the potential impacts of the 10-year framework for the US-India Major Defense Partnership on India's Make in India initiative and the national defense industry.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.